Hello, LEV AI, and welcome to our very first corporate-owned webcast this evening. We are excited to share with you some updates about the business. Man, we made a lot of progress since we last talked. I was invited to join on Randy Schrader's webcast a week ago, and we promised to provide updates. We have gotten a lot accomplished in the last week. So if you're brand new, I would like to welcome you to LEV AI. I can't wait to explain a little bit about it to each and every one of you. If you've been with us before, I can't wait for you to hear the updates. We are on a great track. The future is in your hands, everybody. We're going to explain a little bit about that tonight. We are rolling out a tool that is going to massively, massively impact small businesses, every single entrepreneur, every single private contractor, agents, influencers, affiliates. We have got a tool that can completely change their business, and it creates an opportunity for you to deliver it to them and start a brand new income stream for yourself. Everybody, my name is Blake Schrader. I am the president of LEV AI. I've got 18 years of social commerce experience. I've built companies internationally all over the world, from Europe to North America to Latin America to Russia to all the stands, Southeast Asia, Japan, and I could not be more excited right now. The reason why, we're starting a global company. We'll talk about timeframes here at the end of the webcast. A global company, and for the first time, we're not going to have to worry about shipping products around the world and all the complexities that comes with that. We are going to start a global seamless business. I'm excited to share some of the details with you. Everybody, we are in a massively, massively profound and exciting space. Here's a picture of Mr. Pichai. He's the CEO of Google. He says AI is more profound than fire or electricity or anything we've done in the past. Can you imagine that? CEO of Google, pretty influential voice in the tech space. Mr. Hazabis, the head of DeepMind. The difference here with AIs is going to be 10 times bigger than the Industrial Revolution and maybe 10 times faster. Man, I'll tell you what, the fast aspect is absolutely true. You're going to find this is a space that is evolving, not only daily, but hourly. It is evolving so fast, and I'm excited for our company to be on the forefront of that, for LEV AI to be on the forefront of that. We'll talk about our product, but we're specifically going to focus in on entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, sidepreneurs, private business people, and build you a tool that can massively, massively help your business. Everybody, AI is here and it's here to stay. There's all kinds of misconceptions about it and misunderstandings about it. Here's what I know. I've been fortunate in my career to be on the leading edge of two products. The first time around, I was part of a company that launched acai to the world. No one had ever heard about it in this country before. And we grew an explosive company because we brought something new and interesting to the marketplace. I was fortunate again to be on the forefront of another product company, and it just grew so incredibly well. Here we are with AI. 61% of marketers already are using AI, but I'm going to tell you something. A lot of them are frustrated, and the tools, they're disconjointed. They don't come together. We're going to deliver a full package to everyone in LEV AI that you can use without going anywhere else. I'm not saying there's not other good tools out there. What I am saying is you're going to have a hub of tools inside of LEV AI that's going to be able to manage your business and scale it throughout the globe, suited perfectly for direct sellers, affiliates, influencers, perfect for the kinds of businesses that we've been involved in. 38% of people using AI say they have an increase in sales act productivity. I think we're going to blow that number away. I can't wait to see some of the results here in LEV AI. I'm even more excited to hear about the results of your customers. I think you're going to have some amazing customer experiences in this company as you talk to people who run businesses, whether they're online marketing businesses or whether they're agents of some kind. I think you can massively help them grow their business. 80% of entrepreneurs say AI gives them a competitive edge. I'm going to say that number is just going to go up with LEV AI. We're going to make it simple for entrepreneurs to launch markets, grow businesses, scale businesses, No expensive CMOs, no agency, no complicated tech skills required. I can't wait for you to see some of the tools that we have got coming. Okay, we're going to solve many, many problems here with LEV AI. Many problems that have persisted in the direct selling community almost since its inception. We're going to get rid of complex, costly, fragmented marketing tools, tech intimidation and burnout, poor lead generation, and customer retention. We're going to have a clear guide on how to grow your audiences. As I think about direct selling, and as I've talked to thousands of people over the span of my career who are out there, in a country that maybe is far away from here, or a state that's far away from here, and I talk to them about their business and about growing their business, and I seem to hear some of the same struggles all the time. Blake, I've ran out of people to talk to. I can't wait for some of you who I've talked with in the past who maybe have said that to me. This tool is going to help you to never ever have to say I ran out of people to talk to again. It is perhaps the most powerful prospecting tool that I've ever come across in my 20 years in this industry. We are going to solve the next problem. Even when you do have people to talk to, our business inherently, when you're building our business, and if today's your second day in the business, you don't know exactly what to say to your brand new customer. And so we've created these tools. LEV AI has created these tools powered by artificial intelligence. They're going to help you to grow and maintain a candidate list. And then they're going to help you to know exactly what to say at every single juncture of the customer engagement process to help you have a better conversation. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. It helps make building and maintaining a candidate list easy. It teaches you what to say, and it removes barriers that make you feel stuck. Now, I'm not sure here. We've got a lot of people on this Zoom, and I'm not sure what features have been enabled or not been enabled. But, just for fun, if you're able to see this little tool down here that says React, and if you're around the world somewhere, and if you've been in this business and somebody has said to you that's on your team, I just don't know who to talk to anymore, give me a thumbs up. Or if somebody says, I don't know what to say, give me a thumbs up. I mean, I don't know how many of these conversations I've had. I can't tell you how happy I am right now that I'm now going to have a very specific use case for each and every one of those people that I've talked to throughout my career, and help them tear down that next barrier that may be standing in front of their next very, very large success. I see all those thumbs up, everybody. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate that greatly. Okay, our solutions. We're building out this basic tool set right here. Now, I say basic only for one reason, because it's going to be very simple for every single one of you to implement. In fact, the tools are all driven by AI, and in their essence, they're not basic at all. But the thing that we're really proud of, and we think is our competitive edge in the marketplace, and we think that you're going to love about LEV AI, is the ease of use of all of these tools. So let's get back to the first problem. The first problem was I don't have anybody else to talk to. I don't know how many of you are like me. I remember I was in college and I went to my first job. I got an internship at an insurance company, actually. And I sat down, I went and passed my test and everything so I could sell insurance. And I remember Paul was the name of my boss, and I got into the office in the conference room, and he slapped down a yellow pad in front of me. And he said to me, Blake, great job. You passed the insurance test. Now the work starts. And he says, I want you to write down 100 names. And I thought, oh man, how many of you have heard that before? Write down a list of names. Man, that was like an arrow through my heart. It's the last thing I wanted to hear. I thought they were going to give me leads or something like that. But he said, write down a list of 100 names. Of course, how many of you have had the experience when you're onboarding a brand new distributor on your team, and you ask them, okay, the first thing we got to do in this business is build a candidate list. My experience is a relatively small percentage of people actually do that. If you actually sat there with them and said, okay, let me see your list of 100 that you actually built, man, do you agree with me? It'd be a fairly small percentage that are actually able to get through that entire process. LEV AI is here to help. You're going to be able to use social media to create a presence and consistency and learn the skill through AI of having a contact list that always grows in front of you. Isn't that amazing? You know, I've ran companies before, and this is my third one, and I've been very, very proud of the messaging and the marketing and the mission of the company and what we were doing to change the world. And it always blows me away. Sometimes I would, get on social media to see what everybody else is saying, and I'll be blown away that other people are saying things that are completely different than it is what I thought that I messaged. Has any of that ever happened to any of you? You feel like you teach your teammate something, and then they go out and they say something that's completely different, and you're like, what the heck? Where the heck did that come from? LEV AI is going to help you to create a message. It's really phenomenal. When you first log into the tool, and it's going to be a very, very simple onboarding process, everybody. But when you first log into the tool, it's going to get to know you. In about 10 minutes, it's going to get to know who you are. It's going to understand what you look like. It's going to understand how you talk. It's going to understand how you write. It's going to understand what your background is. And the AI is going to craft messages that will look and sound like you for your approval to send to customers. The other amazing thing that it does, and I'll talk about this in 1 second, but it's going to profile all of your customers, and it's going to do a personality profile for every single person that is a potential customer of yours, and it's going to teach you how to talk to that individual person. Isn't that amazing? So going back, the tool powered by artificial intelligence is going to tell you how to post about your business. Now, one really cool thing about LEV AI, you can have multiple profiles in LEV AI. So you can have a profile that's going to help you build your LEV AI business, and it's going to know who your target customers are, and it's going to know what your background is, and it's going to craft ways for you to talk about that on social media that makes sense. Maybe I have another business, it's an online marketing business. It's going to be a completely separate profile, and it will talk to those target customers in a totally different way, all powered by AI. The next part is super cool. Every single one of you are going to be able to log in to your LEV AI back office and take a picture of any profile on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever it might be, and just import that contact straight into your AI powered backend. How amazing is that? Now all those people are in your customer list, and it will just grow in front of you every single day. I'm sure all of you are adding new friends on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is. You can easily import that. Now, when you import it, here's the really cool thing. It's going to do a full-on personality profile about that potential future customer of yours. And it's going to then suggest how you might want to interact with that person. For example, if you post something, if you go back to the social media portion and you post something on a social media platform that's driven by AI, and somebody likes your post, LEV AI is going to come back to you and tell you, okay, so-and-so liked your post. Here's what you should do next. Okay, everybody, raise your hands. I think that's groundbreaking. How many of you think that is amazing and think that it will help people that you bring in to the business? Because now, instead of just guessing what to say or do, oh my God, somebody liked my post, it's going to point you specifically what to do based on your personality, your business, and your potential customer's business. If they make a comment, LEV AI is going to get back with you and say, oh, so-and-so, your potential customer made this comment. Here's how we suggest, based on their personality profile and where they are in the engagement process, what you should say to them. That's incredible. It's going to be in your voice and in your language and your writing, so you're not going to sound like somebody else on the team. I can't wait. I literally can't wait for some of you that I know. And I'm looking forward to getting to know everybody here, because I don't know everybody quite yet, but I know some of you. I can't wait for some of you to get your hands on this tool, because I think it's going to completely change the way that you approach this business. Okay, our next tool. This is an incredible, incredible feature, everybody. I was actually blown away when I first saw it. Believe it or not, you can build your own AI-powered instant website. It literally takes about 5 minutes. So everybody, I want you, and by the way, this is not a LEV AI replicated website. You all get one of those, okay? Those are already built. As soon as we launch the company, everybody here is going to get a LEV AI replicated website with your link where people can go and you can enroll people after they've been through some of the process that we've been talking about. We're talking about, if I have an online marketing business, I can build a website for it. It takes about 5 minutes. Now, last week I was invited onto Randy's webcast. As many of you know, Randy is my dad, and I'm going to invite him on because he has actually used this tool. And, sometimes Randy can't even figure out how to use Zoom. And he built a website sitting there with me in about 5 minutes. I would love for him just to share about that scenario and how it worked and how it happened, what he thinks its impact can be on all of LEV AI's customers and distributor base. So Randy, I don't know if you're there. If you are there, if you can click on your camera and maybe share that experience. If you're not there, I'll move on and we can present it very, very quickly here in the future, because we're getting very close, everybody, to being able to do product tutorials for you so you can actually see what I'm talking about. But Randy, if you're there and you can jump on, that'd be great. All right, it looks like for whatever reason he's not there. Everybody, I'm telling you, when you go build, you can see how simple it is to put together a website. In fact, I'm doing it tomorrow. I've got a friend and I'm helping him to put together his business. We're going to go build his website tomorrow using the tool, and it's going to be done in about 10 minutes. He's not going to have to pay $5,000 or $10,000 to go have a website professionally built and designed for him. How amazing is that? I mean, think of the value that you can offer to your customers. Man, I'm passionate about customers. The customer always comes first. If you listen to your customers, they'll give you all their money. That's what I actually believe. If you have that's a powerful tool. I'm going to save my customers so much money. That's something I'm going to feel awesome about. Okay, on to the next. We have an AI partner. Your AI partner is going to make sure that you stay consistent in your business at all times. So it's like I was talking about before. Imagine you're using LEV AI to craft a message that you're going to post on social media. And then imagine that once that message is crafted, people are going in and liking and commenting on some of those posts. Every single time one of those little things happen, LEV AI is going to be right there to say, okay, you should be following up with so-and-so, and here's exactly how you should do it. We call them CRMs for people that have worked for big companies before. You're going to know when people have interacted with your posts, and we're going to suggest real time how you should respond to those. And it will depend on where that particular customer sits in the engagement process, whether it's their first time looking at the business or whether you've engaged with them before. And the AI tool is going to suggest how you respond. Everybody, this last one is kind of earth shaking in my view. We've got a monthly lead program that's going to be part of LEV AI. Now, I want to slow down a little bit. This is, I think everything that we're doing is so unique and so different and very powerful. However, this one is all of those as well. How many of you have enrolled people into the business? I want to see your hands here now. How many of you have enrolled people in the business and then they get so excited, but then they just get scared and they sit there and they kind of don't do much. I mean, they were so excited to get in the business, but then when it's actually time to go open their mouth and talk to somebody, they just can't figure out how to get the words out of their mouth. I've met hundreds, if not thousands of those kinds of people over the years as I've traveled around the world building these types of businesses. Now imagine if I could have said to one of those people, or of you, because I see a bunch of you raising your, telling me that that's the truth. What if they could have some leads that they could practice with and they could learn how to use the LEV AI tools on real leads, real people, but they don't know these people. So there's no fear involved. It's a lead. Of course, I would love for you to convert every single one of those leads, right? That would be empowering, major belief building when those leads are actually converted. But if not, you'll gain the expertise and experience using the LEV AI solution so that when you are ready to talk to one of the people on your list, you're going to be confident and know how to use the technology and be much, much more successful with your candidates. Um, we are so excited for you to see all of these. Like I said, I promised we'd be on this week and that I would give you updates. Today, the updates happen to be about the comp plan, and we're going to get to the comp plan in 2 seconds here, okay, everybody? But I'm hoping that our next update has some product tutorials so that you can actually see how the tools are working and be as excited about them as I am. One of the best features in all of LEV AI is your AI twin. Now, Larry, while I'm talking about this, if you're able to put your camera on, I'll ask you to say something here. Man, what Larry, by the way, I know Larry. I didn't even know Larry was involved in LEV AI, everybody. I know Larry from, a long time ago. And I was looking through the enrollment lists and man, I see this guy's enrolled like 10 pages of people. And I'm like, oh my God, Larry's in this business. I can't wait to build this business with Larry. I didn't even know. And Larry's a twin. And since Larry has an actual twin, I wanted him to come on and speak about our twin as well. Wow, what a powerful tool. You're going to have everybody who enrolls in the company is going to have their own AI twin. Let me tell you why this is so important. Your AI twin looks like you, it talks like you, it interacts like you. It's got your same tendencies. It's really quite amazing. Here's the difference. Your AI twin can speak in 150 different languages. Now I'm lucky. I'm able to speak 3 languages pretty well. I can now be replicated in 150 languages. Are you kidding me? I've just dropped down the barriers of doing international business, of spreading my message and my product around the world with the snap of a fingers. You can be relevant in any country around the world. Well, 150 languages. So since Larry's a twin, I wanted to have some fun with him. And since Larry's built worldwide organizations as well, and I can tell you, man, he is excited to get his hands on that twin. Larry texts me like every day. He's like, Blake, you told me we were going to do a demo and I just want to get it out there. Larry, it's coming, bud, but tell me why you're excited about the twin.
Yeah, I always say that identical twins, we're the original AI. And just me and my brother, I mean, I went to school, I took all of his algebra exams. We've done that. I've given him speeding tickets. We just literally a week ago, we were flying to Utah and we both walked up to the Clear machine because we've got Clear and we both read Larry Lane. So he read my exact, and we literally, the guy at Clear, he's like, I don't know what to do. And he had to walk us both through together, but we were both reading as my face. So, but I'm excited. I've got teams on here in Vietnam. I've worked with teams in Russia just to be able to take your business and actually have, because I use translators and things like that to communicate with my Vietnamese team, but to be able to program something into my AI twin, have it speak in Vietnamese, this is absolutely game changing. There's people that want to open their business in Spanish markets. They want to open their business in French markets. So this is going to be a huge tool. There's so much more than the AI twin, but that is one part that everybody's excited about because again, a lot of times on these Zooms, a lot of people don't want to speak or they're nervous. You can literally just plug that right into the AI twin and have him build your business. And while you're sleeping, he's working. So I'm excited about it, Blake and Randy, and I'm glad to be here with you guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Larry. So we'll talk a little bit more about the twin because there's more about the twin to come here. But first, I want to walk through everybody through some of the features that you can all expect not too long from now. And I'll share a little bit about that here at the end that you're going to get in LEV AI. So first of all, everybody gets their own twin that can speak in 150 plus different languages. If your mind isn't thinking that your business just went from your backyard to the world, you please contemplate that idea because I think you literally can change how you think about scaling this business. You're going to get your personalized AI writing assistant. That's what we talked about, crafting the social posts. It doesn't, social posts is just the beginning. You're getting your own personalized AI writing assistant. You get with the basic version of the software, one business profile, that'd be for LEV AI. You can, if you go with the pro package, you're going to be able to get multiple businesses so that you can, again, businesses talk differently and speak differently and have different demographics and have different customer targets. AI power can bring that together for you. It's not going to be the same for every profile. They'll all be different. If you want access to multiple profiles, you ought to be looking at the pro package. By the way, we're really excited about the pricing that we're going to come to market with. I'm not quite ready to share those with you, but this is, everybody, this is going to be inexpensive, and you're going to have access to a really, really phenomenal set of tools. Okay, you're going to get AI-powered social growth and engagement. You're going to get the CRM with the screenshot growth and engagement, like I showed you on my phone, where you can easily import your social profiles. You're going to get the ability to build, if you purchase the pro version, the instant website builder with an enhanced CRM and searchable prospects. Man, it goes on and on. This last set, though, I think we've got a slide for it very next. We haven't decided yet when we're going to let people have access to this next feature. Right now, it's by invitation only. There's an interactive version of your twin. Now, that is pretty powerful. In other words, you could be sitting here, you could be asleep in the United States, and if your teammate in Russia wants to talk to you, or the Ukraine, or Vietnam, or China, or, you know, let your mind have some fun for a moment. They'll be able to have a conversation with your AI avatar real time. Now, this gets a little bit different. You know, I'm I can think of lots of people that I've ran into in my career and partnered with and done business with who have vast libraries of information on the web, that, you know, you can use all of that information to build a really, really robust avatar. Now, if you're, you know, however, if you don't have any collateral or history on the web, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to create a really robust interactive avatar, because what would it pull from? This isn't generic, everybody. This would be your answers as if you're speaking them, right? Not some generic answer. That's not nearly as cool. So be thinking about that. That tool is going to be available. Do you have the content? Have you created the content in order to support your own interactive AI avatar in over 150 languages? If you have, this tool can completely change your value proposition and what you bring to the marketplace and the future of your business. Everyone, I'm telling you, we have been working for quite some time on bringing this tool to market. I think our competitive advantage is that it's all encompassed in one very simple to understand platform that you acquire access to when you become a LEV AI partner. You know, right now, part of the challenge with the AI space, it's great. There's new stuff every single day, and people can get really, really excited about it, as you all know. But man, it seems like you got to have this tool to make a video, and you got to have this tool to build a PowerPoint, and you got to have that tool to do ChatGPT, and you got to have this one to build a website, and you got to have this tool to do whatever it is that you want to do. And man, before you know it, you got like 10 or 15 different subscriptions. And the problem is none of them work together, none of them talk together, and you have to pay for all of them separately to different companies. Man, that gets way too confusing and complex for small businesses, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and sidepreneurs, doesn't it? I mean, think about it. We're gonna have one place where it's all encompassing. We've got this amazing tool set to help you prospect, grow your customer list, engage with your future customers, engage with your current customers, and scale an international business, all with one login and one low price per month, and the ability to share it with other people and start a business.